Hello, everyone. How are you today? Good morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. We're very, very happy to have you here. If you can see me and hear me clearly, if you could please let me know in the chat, just as a thumbs up or yes, we can hear you or something like that. Perfect. Thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so hi again. My name is Carla Plasencia, and on behalf of the student world, I welcome you to this live session we have for today. Um, I'm not going to take much of your time. I just want to explain to you how the platform works. So basically, here in the chat, you can write whatever you want. You can let us know where you're watching us from. That will be very cool, so we can get to know you a little bit better. But if you have questions during the presentation, please type them in the questions tab that is right next to that one. Here, I will be monitoring the questions during the session, and we will have the Q&A session at the end. And last but not least, we will have some polls during the presentation, so you can see them at the third in the middle, like option of your chats, and you will also be able to see them on the screen. There is no right or wrong answer. This is just to get to know you a little bit. So when you see the poll, you just select the answer that matches you better, and that is basically it. So I don't want to take any longer. So I will introduce you to our awesome presenters for today. We have Stephanie and we have Dana, and they are going to share with us amazing information and opportunities that Georgetown University ELC has for us. So thank you, ladies, for joining, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Carla. Okay. All right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today for our Georgetown University English Language Center Intensive English Programs webinar. We're so happy to share today a lot of information about our programs. Today, we'll have some welcome and a few poll questions like Carla mentioned. We'll tell you all about life as a student in Washington, D.C. We'll share details about all the different intensive English programs you can join at Georgetown ELC. And we'll share important details about how to apply and important visa information. If you send us a question right now about the application or about the visa, please wait until the end of the presentation and we will give you all the information that you need to know. So let's do some introductions. My name is Stephanie Gallup. I am the Associate Director of the Intensive English Programs here at Georgetown. I work with all of the students and all of the faculty to make sure that you have the best experience possible at Georgetown.
Hello everyone, my name is Dana. I'm the Student Services Assistant here at the English Language Center, and I mostly help around with students and student events. So if you come and join us in any session soon, you will see me around during the building and in events outside our school.
Thank you, Dana. So I'd like to share a little bit about our mission. The Georgetown University English Language Center promotes academic excellence in teaching and learning that is guided by a Jesuit commitment to diversity, respect, and care for the individual. We welcome all students from any place in the world to join us for their academic journey to improve their language skills, academically, professionally, or personally. But we'd like to know a little bit about you. So please type in the chat, where are you from? We'd like to see where all of the students who have joined our webinar today are joining us from. All right, so welcome to Algeria. Welcome Pakistan. See a few more. Welcome Libya. Welcome, Iraq. Welcome, Egypt. Is there any more? I know lots of people are typing. Lots of people are still joining us. All right, this is wonderful. Well, we are so excited to welcome many of you. We have students from your countries who have joined us at Georgetown ELC, and we hope you join them as well. Okay, so now we're ready for our first poll question. So our first question for everyone in the audience. Have you visited or studied in the US? Have you visited or studied in the US? Okay, so the poll question is on the screen. You can tell us yes, you have studied, visited, you've done both, or you've never visited or studied. So we'll take a minute to let everyone answer this question. All right. Okay, so we have people who have come to the US, some people who haven't. That's great. We hope that we can be your first time or your second or your third visit to the United States. This is great. Okay. So thank you for answering the first poll question. Now we have another question for you. Poll number 2. How many years have you been using English? So this means studying or using it in your professional work, using it in your daily life. How many years have you been using English? Okay. So we have lots of experience on the call today. Some of you have been using it for up to 5 years, some for 6 to 10, some of you for more than 10. So in our programs, we have students from all backgrounds, all types of experience, and we have a program for you, no matter what your background and experience is. So this is great. Thank you everyone for voting. Okay. So now I'm going to turn it over to Donna, who will share a little bit about student life in Washington, D.C.
Hello, everyone. So, if you're thinking of coming to the US to study English, you might be asking yourself what your life would be like once you come into Washington, D.C. I'm here to talk a little bit about what you can expect. So, when you come to study, especially in DC, you will be able to visit a lot of historical buildings and museums. As you can see in the picture, we visit places such as the White House. We also are taking our students this week to the Capitol building, as well as museum visits and other adventures that you can expect on your time here. Our campus is also steps away from many DC historic landmarks, museums, and major government institutions, so you will be able to visit them all. Additionally, we might have a lot of other activities that you might not expect for our nation's capital, such as the picture that you can see right now, where some of the students were able to go kayaking on the Potomac River a couple of sessions ago, and hopefully this upcoming summer session. Additionally, Washington has a lot of vibrant restaurants and outdoor cafe scenes, and you're going to be able to see a lot of art, music, and cultural events going on around the city. Here, you can also see one of our former students with one of the professional basketball players. Washington, D.C. has a couple of professional sport teams, such as basketball, hockey, baseball, American football, and soccer. And also, Washington, D.C. is one of the foremost diplomatic and policy capitals of the world. Here you can see one of the former presidents talking in Georgetown, which is something you might be able to experience on your time here. And also DC is ranked #1 in the US for city parks. There's an extensive bike and hiking trails around DC, Maryland, and Virginia. In the picture, you can see what it's called Rock Creek Park, which is a park we usually take our students to so they can hike around and see and take in the beautiful views the park has to offer. Finally, most students find their own off-campus housing while studying in the English Language Center. There might be limited on-campus housing, but it can also be available. We do offer a comprehensive guide for finding housing on our website. If you have any questions about a student life in DC, please type it on the question box and we will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, I'm going to pass it on to Stephanie for her to talk a little bit more about our programs.
Great. Thank you so much, Dana. Okay, if you have a question about student life, go ahead and add it. I will move on to the next section of our presentation. If you think of a question later, also don't worry. We will answer all questions by the end of this presentation. So this is our final poll question, number 3. What are your goals for studying English? What are your goals for studying English? So we have students with many different backgrounds. Some come to DC to pursue a university degree. Some want to improve for professional or job-related reasons. And some want to improve for personal reasons. You might even have more than one of these goals for yourself. So I'm looking at the votes right now, and it's great. We have people who are interested in all of these: professional, university degree, and personal reasons. So don't worry, we will have a program for you no matter what your goals are. So let's look now at some of these programs that we have to offer. So at Georgetown ELC, we have programs that are 8 weeks in length, and we have programs that are 3 weeks in length. Depending on your own schedule and your own goals, you might pick one of these programs. Our 8-week programs have start dates 5 times a year, in January, March, May, August, and October. And we have 3 different programs that may be of interest to you. Additionally, we have a few special 3-week programs in the summer, in June and July. These are American Conversational English and English Skills for Graduate Students. Let's learn more about these different programs. In all of our programs, you can expect the same type of class environment. We have small interactive classes with approximately 10 to 12 students per class. In the classes, you will find very engaging topics from a variety of fields to match the interest and backgrounds of our students. Our courses are taught as integrated language skills. What this means is we teach reading and writing together, listening and speaking together, and in all classes, you learn the appropriate grammar and vocabulary skills needed to be successful in both writing and speaking. Our classes are very communicative, which means that you have frequent pair and group discussion so you can practice your communication skills. Finally, we use Canvas, Google, and other educational technology tools that are common in universities in the United States. You will be prepared to move on to your next goal after you complete our programs. Our faculty are all educators with much experience in teaching and cross-cultural backgrounds. Our professors also work directly with students. They give regular writing and speaking feedback on all of your assignments. They are available to meet with you in office hours. Office hours are a chance for you to meet one-on-one with your professors to get personal feedback and advising. If you'd like to learn more about our faculty and their experience, you can meet them and learn more by visiting our blog, elc.georgetown.domains. A really common question we have is, what is the study schedule like? These are intensive programs. They are full-time programs where you will be in class approximately 20 hours per week. In addition, you will have homework and independent study. So this is the typical schedule. You begin class in the morning at 9 o'clock until 11:20 a.m. This is usually our reading and writing class time. All students have a break from 11:20 to 1 o'clock. But there are many things you can do during this break. You can study, you can meet professors for the one-on-one advising and feedback in their office hours. You can attend some of our exciting workshops for topics like TOEFL, IELTS, American culture, and more. And of course, we want you to have lunch and socialize with your classmates, get to know other people. Afternoon classes begin again at 1 o'clock until 3:20. The afternoon courses are usually our listening and speaking courses. And after classes end, of course, there is time for you to do your homework and independent study. And on some days, we have special social activities on campus or in Washington, D.C. So I'm going to share a few more details specifically about our 8-week programs. These are 8-week intensive sessions. What this means is you can take more than 8 weeks of study. You can study for one 8-week session, or if you want to keep improving, you can study for 16 weeks, 24 weeks, 32 weeks, or as long as you need to meet your goals. In our language and culture program, we have 3 levels. In our academic program, we have 4 levels. And in our professional program, we have 2 cohorts or 2 opportunities. Many students will study in one or more of these programs together to meet their personal goals. If you study in our intensive language and culture program, this is an opportunity to improve your English language skills while gaining a deeper understanding of U.S. culture and how to communicate in a variety of cultural settings. This is great if you want to improve for personal goals or for job-related reasons. Specifically, you will build confidence and vocabulary for speaking and short writing. You'll learn strategies for discussion and email or virtual communication. And you will strengthen your foundational English language skills for academic and professional settings. In this program, we have CFER A2 to B1 levels available. This is high beginning to intermediate. For this program, you must take our ELC placement test. You don't need to do TOEFL or IELTS. And some students may take this program to prepare for our other academic and professional programs. Our intensive academic English program is for students who want to prepare for university study. You will develop the academic skills you need to successfully transition into academic life at a U.S. college or university. Specifically, you learn how to write academic summaries, essays, and research papers, how to give an academic presentation, how to take notes with academic reading and lectures, to participate in class discussions, and critically analyze, evaluate, and synthesize academic sources, all skills you need to be successful in an undergraduate or graduate degree program. You will also get the chance to choose elective courses in the intensive academic English program. These are special topics in grammar, communication, leadership, and other topics that change each session. For this program, you must be a CFER B1 level or higher, an intermediate level or higher to begin in this 4-level program. You must take our ELC placement test for admission. If you're not quite ready, then you may take our language and culture program to give you those foundational skills. Finally, we offer a 3rd program, Intensive Professional English. This helps students already in their career refine English skills while understanding U.S. professional practices in business and public policy, as well as critical leadership and networking skills you need for success. In this program, you can build your confidence in professional writing and communication skills. You'll analyze case studies and organizational structures. You'll practice professional skills for interviewing, negotiation, debate, and networking. And topics may focus on leadership, public policy, business, and/or NGOs. This program is only offered in the fall and the spring. It is also required that you have a bachelor's degree or professional work experience, and you have a CFER B2, high intermediate level or higher. If you're not quite there, don't worry. Our language and culture or academic program may be able to help you reach your professional goals. Next, I'd like to share some details about our 3-week short programs in the summer. This summer, we will offer our English Skills for Graduate Students and our American Conversational English programs. Our English Skills for Graduate Students begins in June and ends in July. This is a program that is for current graduate students in the United States or students who have fall admission to a graduate program. This is required for the application to this program. It is a very short course that will improve your ability before the fall semester to read university-level texts, to write short research papers, reports, and summaries, and to critically analyze information from text and audio sources to evaluate and make connections. You will also strengthen your skills in listening to lectures and discussions while taking effective notes, participating in classes, group discussions, and team meetings, and delivering oral presentations. So I'll say one more time, for this program, it is required that you have admissions to a graduate program in the U.S. If you don't have admissions yet, but you want to pursue a graduate degree, you can still apply for our intensive academic English program. Our next summer program is the American Conversational English program, which starts in July and ends in early August. This program has dynamic in-person lessons combined with practical field trips to major DC landmarks and venues to practice speaking in real settings. This program is open to all levels, but please note, this is a conversational American English program. You will practice vocabulary, grammar, and discussion for general everyday English. It's not an academic university preparation program. You'll have lots of trips and activities in the DC area, but you will not have any writing homework or major writing assignments. All right. So I will be happy to answer questions about the classes and the schedule in the questions box. And I'm going to turn it over now to Donna, who will tell us about how to apply.
Okay, everyone, I was looking at the questions in our question box and I see a lot of inquiries about our admissions, so we're happy to provide you with more information. So if you're wanting to come to the US and study at the English Language Center, your first step would be to complete the online application. If you wish to do so, you can apply at the link below. The second step would be to take an online placement test. This will help us assess your English level at the moment. And the step 3 will be to apply to receive your F1 visa support as an international student. In order to complete your online application, you will be required to provide your high school certificate or equivalent. If you're looking to apply for the American Conversational English Program or Intensive Language and Culture and Intensive Academic. If you're looking to join our Intensive Professional Program, you will be in need to provide a bachelor's degree or work experience. And if you're looking to join our English Skills for Graduate Students program, you will need to provide admissions to graduate degree programs. The step 1 will be to create your account on the application portal website. Next, you will fill your biographical information for your application. After that, you will attach your proof of high school completion, post-secondary studies, and/or graduate admissions. After that, you need to pay the $75 application fee and you're ready to submit your application. Again, this will be the link below if you want to start your application today. Taking the placement test. The placement test is used with the Common European Framework, the CEFR. And as Stephanie mentioned before, these are the levels that might be required for each different program. The placement testing is required after the application is completed. It's CFR aligned, and it will have sections including listening, reading, vocabulary, grammar, and grammar. Additionally, you will also have to comply with an oral interview. For our language and culture program, you will be needed a CFR level A2 to B1. For our academic program, you will be CFR B1, and for our professional, it will be CFR B2. Or TOEFL or IELTS, it's not required for your admission or used instead of the placement testing, but can also be submitted as part of your application. The following are the important dates and deadlines for our upcoming session. For our 8-week intensive language and culture, academic, and professional programs. For summer 2024, the classes go from May 20 to July 12. The application deadline for international students would be March 17. This deadline is fast approaching, so if you're looking to join us for summer 2024, we encourage you to apply as soon as possible. The next session will be fall 2024, going from August 19 to October 11. The application deadline for F1 students will be June 30. And for fall two session for 2024, which will be our last session of this year, would be from October 21st to December 13, with a deadline application of August 18. Tuition and fees for our 8-week session are as follows. Our tuition is $4,904 for the 8-week session. Additionally, for international students, there is an estimated living and personal expenses of $5,500 and $300 extra for insurance, books, and fees. Again, this is an estimated approach, so that will be dependent on where you decide to live or your personal living expenses and choices. After all of that, the total support required for you to have an I-20 or the F1 student visa sponsorship you will be needing to provide $10,700 $4 in order for you to get your I-20. Now, onto our shorter programs or 3-week programs. It will be our English skill for graduate student. That the dates from that will be summer 2024, June 26 to July 17, with an application deadline on May 1. Tuition for a 3-week session would be $1,999, with an estimated living and personal expenses of $2,700. Insurance, books, and fees would be $200. Again, this is an estimated approach for living and personal expenses, so that might vary according to your needs. For our 3-week session programs, you will be required to provide to provide a $4,899 in order for you to get your F1 student visa sponsorship. For our American Conversational English, the dates will be from July 15 to August 2. The application deadline for F1 students would be June 1st. For a 3-week session, tuition is $1,989, with an estimated living and personal expenses of $2,700. Insurance, books, and fees are around $2,000, and in order to get your I-20 or F1 student visa sponsorship, you will need to provide proof of $4,889. If there are any specific questions about the application process, please type them in the question box below, and we are happy to provide you with more information.
Thank you, Dana. So now I'm going to share a few details about the immigration process. If you are joining us today from around the world, you probably need to apply for a student visa or an F1 visa to join us at Georgetown ELC. We provide full support for the F1 visa process for students, and most of our students do this, so we're so happy to help you from start to finish. Here is the process that you can expect. The first thing that you must do is complete the ELC application and placement testing. This is required for admission. Once you have demonstrated that you are eligible for the program and you are admitted, then you will move to the next step, number 2. You will upload all required documents in order to apply for a Form I-20 from Georgetown University. Once you provide all the required documents, then Georgetown University will send you an electronic Form I-20. You will use this Form I-20 when you apply for your visa and do an interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate near you. After you complete all of these steps and you'll have your visa, then you can enter the U.S. with both your Form I-20 from Georgetown and your new F1 visa. We tell students to apply as early as possible. Your I-20 may take some time to process since you must provide many detailed documents, and we want to make sure that you have enough time to get everything in order. In addition, visa wait times for the interview can vary depending on where you are in the world. You want to have enough time to get everything ready before you come to the U.S. You can visit this website here on the screen if you want to determine how long it will take you to make an appointment at your local U.S. embassy or consulate. Again, apply as early as possible if you would like to join us at Georgetown ELC. All right. So I'm going to share a few details now about university admissions opportunities. I've seen some questions already about whether or not you need a university degree to come study with us, or if you can go directly to study a university degree after you study with us. So I'm going to share about some opportunities you have to continue your degree study after you finish your language study with Georgetown ELC. So Georgetown ELC has 2 current local agreements with 2 universities, one right here at Georgetown and another with Marymount University. This is a university in Virginia, just across the river from Washington, D.C. If you complete the highest level of our intensive academic program, and you complete an application to one of the eligible degree programs at these 2 universities. These degree programs at Georgetown are the Master of Professional Studies. There are topics such as business and management, marketing and communications, real estate, urban planning, and technology and security. At Marymount University, it can be any undergraduate or graduate degree program. So after you complete an application to one of these degree programs, then you should contact your admissions advisor to say that you completed the ELC program, and your TOEFL and IELTS requirement for these degree programs will be waived. This means you do not need to submit a TOEFL or IELTS program or IELTS score or any language program test score if you complete our program and apply to one of the degree programs that you see here. This is a great opportunity, and we're happy to help you with this admissions process once you are studying with us. Okay. So we have reached the end of our presentation today, but we are still here and we are ready to answer your questions. So we will answer questions live in the presentation right now, but please take down our contact information. We recommend that if you have detailed questions, please email us at guelc@georgetown.edu. We can provide a lot of links and information directly to you, and we are happy to answer your email questions today. You can find us on the web at elc.georgetown.edu. You can visit this Linktree link to get some direct links to us as well. And we also invite you to follow us on Instagram at georgetown.elc to get a nice picture of what life is like when you study and live here in Washington.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing all that information with us. We do have a lot of questions here. So, the first question that I'm going to ask is about accommodation. How would that work for the students?
That's a great question. So as Donna mentioned earlier, we have an ELC housing guide, and I think we can get a copy of that. We can put that guide in the chat. So at Georgetown University, there is some housing available on campus, but it is limited. It's not guaranteed. And most of our students find their own apartment. And many of our students prefer to live in their own apartment so they can experience different neighborhoods or areas in and around Washington, D.C. So our housing guide has a lot of suggestions for places to go and neighborhoods to check out in Washington, D.C. But if you have any specific questions about housing or would like to try to apply to on-campus housing, send us an email so that we can give you more specific instructions for that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. There is another question that I think is really good, and the students will like it. I see here. I'm not going to try to pronounce the names because I know I will mess up. But it says, what challenges did the students face in DC?
I'm sorry, as I can take that question if you want to, Stephanie.
Yes, go
As an
ahead.
international student myself, I believe that a couple of students might find the readjustment a little bit hard, and they might feel a little bit homesick. But at ELC, we aim to provide with resources for them to feel at home here in Washington, D.C. We also provide a lot of activities and social hours, as mentioned before, so they're able to make new friends and feel at home while they're studying here in DC.
Yes, thank you so much, Dana. Her perspective is so valuable. Like she said, she is an international student just like you, and she works hard with the rest of our staff to make everyone feel supported and at home during their time at Georgetown ELC.
Thank you, ladies. I have here another question asking if you provide any guidance with the visa application.
Yes, we do. So we have a lot of different resources on our website. As soon as you complete an application and you are admitted to the program, then you will work directly with an immigration advisor who will be able to answer all of the specific questions and give you guidance on each of those steps. But again, you must apply to the program first in order to get some of the specific information and details that may be different depending on each student and their situation.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I see another question here about the admission process and requirements. Can you just super briefly guide them again throughout the admission process?
Donna, would you like to do that? We can scroll back in
Yes.
the slide.
Yes, I can scroll back. So for admissions, we do have different requirements depending on which program you want to join. Let me just see. Let me try to go back. Okay, here. So this will be for admissions. If you're looking to join us, you will need to complete your online application. After completing application, you will be able to take the online placement test, and after that, you will be able to apply to receive F1 visa support. The steps in between might look a little bit different depending on the program you are pursuing. If you're pursuing or American Conversational English, Intensive Language and Culture, or Academic, you only need to provide your high school degree or equivalent. If you're going into a more advanced intensive professional, we will need for you to provide your bachelor's degree as well or work experience. And if you're looking to join our English Skill for Graduate students, you will need to provide admissions to your graduate degree program. Aside from that, you will also need to fill in your information, biographical information for your application, and pay the $75 fee to submit your application.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Dana, for the information. I have here another question about how do I know which is the best program for me?
That's a great question. So we have many different programs to help you if you are looking to improve for academic, professional, or personal reasons. We invite you to look at our website to see a lot more detailed information about each program. But the good news is all students, after they complete an application to any of our programs, they attend an interview with me, and I ask you a few more direct questions to learn about your goals. I can make suggestions at that time, and we always help students to find the exact program that they need. However, if you send us an email at guelc@georgetown.edu, we can also give you some general suggestions then. So please don't hesitate to contact us so we can help you directly to meet your goals.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephanie, very, very much. I see a question here in French, but I translated it, and it is if you study, I know you talked about this already, but I'm going to say it again. If you study with you, if the student studies with you English, can then they continue to study for a bachelor's or postgraduate degree at Georgetown University?
That's a great question. So I've gone back to the part of our presentation where I can share what our current local agreements are. So if you are interested in a graduate or undergraduate degree, one place you can go for either one is Marymount University. You can apply to any of their degree programs. And once you complete our program, you don't need to do the TOEFL or IELTS in order to finish your application. This is not a guaranteed admission to any of these programs, but many of our students successfully join Marymount University after finishing our program, and they don't have to worry about TOEFL or IELTS. Additionally, at Georgetown University, you can apply to any of our Master of Professional Studies programs, and the same thing is true. Once you complete our program will waive the TOEFL or IELTS requirement, so you don't have to worry about studying for this test. You can apply directly to these programs. Again, this does not guarantee admissions, but we have many students who complete our program and successfully go on to a Master of Professional Studies program at Georgetown.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephanie. I have here a question. That her I think her name is Jara. She says that her English is not very good. So, what is like the most basic course that Georgetown ELC would offer?
Thank you, Yara. So we have courses at the CFR A2. This is the high beginning level. And again, we determine this with a placement test. So if you apply to our programs, we'll give you this information for the placement test. Unfortunately, if you don't have a high beginning level of program, we don't have a true beginning program at Georgetown. We invite you to continue your studies and then apply again so that we can welcome you in the future at Georgetown.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephanie. And then another question that I see here is if they already have the TOEFL or any English test, would they still have to present the Georgetown ELC test?
Yes. So the Georgetown ELC test is required for all applications. You can apply with a TOEFL or IELTS if you want to, but we cannot use it in place of the placement test.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think these are most of the questions that I see here. Like some of them are repeated. So again, guys, these are the contact. This is the contact information. I'm going to put it like whole screen so you can take a screenshot right now. And if you don't take a screenshot right now, don't worry because I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. So it will be available from tomorrow on the Student World YouTube channel in case you want to watch it again or you want to share it with anyone that you think that will be happy to know about this opportunity. And I just want to thank you all for being here today, for sharing a little bit of your days with us. And thank you, Stephanie and Dana, for being here, for sharing with the students all this information. I hope to see you again real soon. And thank you, everyone. And I don't know if you want to say anything else to just wrap up.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We wish everyone a wonderful rest of the day, and we hope to see you in Washington, D.C. very soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. And as I always say, Washington, D.C. is an amazing city. If you Google it, just you will see that it's just so beautiful and it's full of multicultural stuff, and you will love it. So don't hesitate to ask questions and to dig in more. This opportunity is amazing and you will not regret it. So thank you, everyone, again. And I hope to see you again real soon. Thank you, guys.